we are excited as well, Jonathan. This
Very
is
fun.
number 8. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good number.
All right.
And like it looks official.
I know.
Keep hitting my hand on this thing.
Transmitiendo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial, estás escuchando Now Media Radio.
Hello, everybody. Sherman on here from Mutual of Omaha. Here we are on Guest in the West show. This is episode number 8, and we're very excited that you took the time to be able to come and listen to this podcast or watch the show. And so what we're excited about is the people that we have on today's episode. Kathy and Andrew are going to share their story. But first and foremost, we want to be able to thank those who make this possible. I want to thank Jonathan and also even Juan's here from Now Media, who allow us to come here to the studio to be able to bring this show and podcast to you on a weekly basis. I want to thank Devin and Karina over at the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, who are also very avid and they're the ones that really organize and make this happen. So we're thankful for all those that make this come together. I want to be able to reiterate the vision of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce is to be known and recognized as Houston's best and most active business chamber, championing the business growth and business success to promote West Houston as a best place to work and to live. And so we want to be able to thank our platinum sponsors. We have Abbey Residence, AC Plastics Incorporated, Allegiance Bank, Amerant Bank, Assurion, Chama Gaucho, the Louder Art, MD Anderson Cancer Center, Memorial Hermann, the Methodist West Hospital, Metro National, MHP, the Mile High Psychiatry, Richmond's Air, Phillips 66, Shaner, West Park Communications, Zocalo, and also the Kuderi Group. Hopefully I said that correctly. We want to thank all those that are our platinum sponsors, partners for the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. Couldn't do without you. Upcoming events that you want to be able to highlight that's happening. This one presented by Amerant Bank. We have the West Houston Outlook, also known as WHO 2020. And this one's going to be a lot of fun. So this is Friday at the Norris Center. It's going to go from 8 to 1. There's lunch provided. And there's going to be 4 different forums that are going to be able to help those that decide to come be able to how to navigate when there's a little bit of a downturn in the economy, in the marketplace. And so one of the things that we like to emphasize here top of the show is not only highlighting our wonderful members, but also be able to give you a reason why Houston is a great place to work, live, and play. So one of the things I want to be able to highlight is education. About 1.3 million are enrolled in some form of school in the Houston area. So from a higher education perspective, we have over 430,000 students enrolled in over 40 of our 2-year or 4-year programs. As mentioned before, University of Houston and the undergraduate program was recognized as having the #1 entrepreneurship program in the country. And then Rice University was ranked #1 in its graduate entrepreneurship program. And so we're very excited for those 2 main universities getting that recognition this last year. Also in Houston, we have over 50 trade, vocational, and business schools that specialize in acupuncture, art, law, healthcare, funeral, religious, and other specific disciplines that enroll over 20,000 students. And that stat comes from the National Care of Education Statistics. So I know for a lot of people, in order for them to live, play, and work, they need to be educated. Not only whether that's for their children or for themselves, they want to be able to make sure that they can develop themselves professionally and personally. And so we want to be able to make sure that people are aware of the great universities that we have here, the great community colleges, the great vocational schools, and of course, the wonderful elementary, middle school, and high schools that we do have as well in the area. So if you are not familiar with the Houston area, this is a great place to work, live, and play. And so we really appreciate all those that make this Guests in the West show possible. We're going to take a quick break first here, and then we're going to hear from Kathy Kirby and hear her story. And she's a wonderful ambassador for the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. And so we're grateful for her taking the time to be able to share her story today. But before we hear from her, let's hear a word from our sponsor. All right. Wonderful. You okay?
Let's see if I can find a cough drop.
Unfortunately, I do not have any.
Excuse me.
No problem.
You're plenty in the car.
Are you gonna be okay? You think?
I think so.
Okay.
I just. Ooh.
Morning.
Hey there.
You know, Kathy, good morning.
Hey.
It's the Ambassadors Club this morning.
Everyone's got the badges on.
Do you need water?
15.
Do you need water?
Yeah.
Okay, better.
10 seconds.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan.
That way you can watch it.
All right, everybody. Sherman on here with Mutual Omaha. Welcome back to Guests in the West show. We're excited to hear Kathy Kirby and her story. So, Kathy, why don't you introduce yourself to maybe the audience that might not know who you are and what you do?
Hi, I'm Kathy Kirby with Wine Shop at Home. I represent a wonderful company. We're a Napa-based winery in Napa, California. We are direct sellers of wine, and I've been doing this for about 10 years.
All right.
Really.
So, a good amount of time. And so, what got you into wine 10 years ago?
Well, as I was telling you earlier, I went to a wine tasting and I thought, oh my God, this wine is so wonderful. And they were going to ship it right to my house. I thought that was great. So I did that, and I went to another wine tasting, and I thought, they have a wine club. They're going to ship me new wines each and every month. So I tried that out, and I thought, well, I got to try new wines every month. And then what happened was Christmas rolled around, and my brother-in-law was starting to get into wine. And so I ordered him some personalized wine with his name on it. Made me look like a rock star.
That's
and
amazing.
don't we all want to look like a rock star? So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, especially to those people that we've been giving gifts to for many years now. What a way to be able to give something that to someone that kind of has everything, right? Where we kind of don't are maybe struggling with something. Here's a way to customize a gift to them. And so then you got involved on the independent side. What do you do now as an independent wine consultant? Kind of share with people that, because that's a pretty unique role out there in the industry.
Well, what I do is I get groups of people. I have a host who hosts a wine tasting, and they get all kinds of host perks for hosting, and they gather 8 to 10 of their wine-loving friends, and we sit around a living room or a table, and we discuss the 6 wines that we're tasting, and we get to pair them with chocolates and cheeses. And they get to discover different flavors, and we even use lemon, which is kind of interesting to change your palate, and it's a lot of fun. And what happens is then they get to choose whichever wines that they fall in love with and have them shipped to their home or their office, and they get to enjoy them themselves. And it's just a great way to shop for exclusive wines.
Yeah. Oh, and then the nice thing as well, it sounds like then, is it's kind of breaking down this stigma sometimes that wine has, that it's complicated, it's a little more social, it's a little more simple.
Yes, exactly. Well, the most important thing to know about wine is what you like. And our wines have won over 200 awards now, and so we're very proud of that.
So just a few of them.
Yeah, just a few. We've never failed to win an award when we didn't enter, so we're
That's
very
amazing.
proud of that, yeah.
Well, and so there's a nice thing you mentioned, exclusive. These aren't things that like I can get at Walmart or my local liquor store or wine.
Absolutely not. So when you buy wines at those places, you have no idea how long they've been sitting on the shelves. When you buy wine from Wine Shop at Home, it ships directly from the winery to you. So
Right.
it doesn't sit on the shelves at all. And they're handcrafted and they're made in small batches, so they do sell out. So when people find a wine that they like, they tend to buy quite a bit of it. So.
That's great. And so then it's really cutting out that ultimate middle
Middleman,
person, right?
exactly.
Where it's sitting as an inventory from a distributor, then to a retail shop. And so really I'm getting this exclusive experience at really a nice cost.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
And then so now you've been a longtime member of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce and very active, right? For those of you on the podcast, Kathy is wearing her ambassador badge with her the purple ribbon underneath. And so she's an ambassador of the Houston
Correct.
West Chamber of Commerce. So I want you to kind of describe a little bit about your experience with the Houston West Chamber of Commerce.
Well, this month marks my 9th year as being a member of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Yes, absolutely, and I've probably been an ambassador for about 8 of those years. So I'm very involved with the chamber, and I, as a matter of fact, was a ribbon cutting last night, and it's a great way to meet fellow people in the community and fellow ambassadors, and I'm also involved in another committee. It's called the BRC Business Resource Committee, where we bring business resources into Houston West, and it's been a great experience for me and for a lot of my friends. I've met a lot of friends here.
Yeah, and so for you, it's gone beyond the professional side of things. You've actually had some good relationships that you've struck up with people.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of our mottos for Wine Shop at Home is wine is social. So being social in the chamber is a great way to get into the mix of things. So.
Wonderful. Well, again, I know the Houston West Chamber of Commerce is extremely grateful for all the work that you do, and I know that Kathy, when we were talking at the break, you had mentioned that you're going to be volunteering at this Friday's
Exactly,
West
I'll be
Houston
there.
Outlook. So she is
come on out.
she is constantly giving of her time to the organization. So really appreciate that. What's one thing that you're really excited about when it comes to the wine side of things that you're working on?
Well, they're always constantly giving us. We have a new wine label.
Oh, lovely, lovely. All right.
I
Just
don't
in
know
time
if you
for
see that
Valentine's
yet.
Day, everybody. For
Yeah.
those of you on the podcast, Kathy's holding up, it's With Love. Is that the name of the brand?
Yes.
Okay.
And, yes, and you can get a Merlot, a Semi-Seco, sparkling wine, Cabernet, or a Chardonnay with this, and it's electric label, and it's very cool. You
That
can buy
is
one
awesome.
bottle or 12, so.
All right. And 12, is that a case?
That's the case.
Oh, so,
exactly.
and so what a great way for those of you that maybe are in the gift giving this time of year. You have clients that you want to give something to, especially for, I knew a gentleman, he would do that for his widowed and single female clients, is he would treat them to something nice every Valentine's Day. And so what a great way to be able to make something a little bit more memorable
It's lovely,
for folks.
yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Kathy. We appreciate you taking the time
Thank
to
you.
come and share your story here on the Guest of the West show. We're going to take a quick break, everybody, and bring Andrew on, and he's going to share us his story as well. So thanks again for listening in, and hear a word from our sponsor. That went really good. That's great.